Remember all those times you defended Gustafsson? Yeah. GTFO! And then, yes, please do! What a great goal! Dude! Crazy throwing waffles. Woo! Who are you? Optimus Prime! I suppose I deserve that. Leafs lose 3-2 to the Ottawa Senators, giving the Sens their 6th straight win, making them the hottest team in the National Hockey League. Perhaps even scarier than that, the Edmonton Oilers have 16 points, tying them for the top spot in the Western Conference. Oh, and the Oilers are tied with Dallas. If you need a reminder it's Halloween, how about those crazy stats? Here's another scary stat I can't explain. The Leafs have 4 losses so far this season, 3 in regulation and 1 in overtime. And in all 4 of those games, the Leafs scored first. If there's anything we learned from the home opener, the key to the Leafs' success is to suck in the first period. They actually looked alright, so there's their mistake. And like I said, Leafs open up the scoring. Guess who? Not gonna bother. Clark MacArthur pulls out Excalibur for his 3rd in 3 games. And on the power play, which has actually looked pretty decent for the Leafs last few games. But you know what hasn't? The penalty kill. Colin Greening's score is tied 1-1 heading into the second. And you might be asking yourself, who the hell is Colin Greening? Well, he's a 6'3", 211-pound forward on a divisional rival and has 7 points in 11 games, so maybe get to know him. 13 points in 24 games last season as a call-up, so it doesn't look like a fluke. And the Leafs' penalty kill struggles would continue in the second. Big forward Chris Neal, beep, little tip in on Gustafsson, 2-1 Sens. Now the Leafs have made some improvements this year. I like them a little better defensively. I think some of the forwards are playing much better defensively as well. One place the Leafs are getting beat way too often, and it doesn't matter who's on the ice apparently, right in front of the net. I mean, shots are going to sneak by, guys are going to tip it in, guys are going to bat it in, but make them work for it. It's not easy to tip in a shot like that, even by accident. Get your stick in there, tell them they smell, put your finger up their nose, anything to distract them. Question, if a defenseman just randomly dug his finger up some forward's nose, what penalty would that be? Roughing, unsportsmanlike conduct? Actually, what's probably most accurate? Hooking. I want to talk a bit more about the Greening goal later. Now for the moment of the game that everyone will remember. Gustafsson letting in a brutal goal, and that's exactly what it was, a brutal goal. Kaspars scores his first career NHL goal. So you think I'm crazy, but there's another first. Is someone keeping track of these? Just under 2 minutes later, those shing! Because a true king leads by example. Clark MacArthur with a very Clark MacArthur looking goal, his 2nd of the game and 4th in 3 games. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Both goals, by the way, assisted by Grabowski and Kuhlman. That's actually a pretty decent sleeper fantasy line. I talk about fantasy because the Leafs lost in real life. And that is as close as the Leafs would get. Just so you know what you're getting into for the rest of the video, I'm gonna dump on Gustafsson, but I'm gonna defend him. Oh, you just blindly defend him? No, I don't. I explain it. Listen for 4 seconds. The Greening goal, how the hell did that happen? Well, first of all, holy crap, what a pass by Rundblad. Like, it was good to the point where I'm not sure Greening was the guy he meant to pass to. Because when you think about it, that's actually a really poor choice. Yeah, I'm in my own zone and I'm just gonna pass it through everyone else on the ice. But it ended up on Greening's stick. He got a breakaway on the power play and scored. Now, this isn't the first time the Leafs have done this to Gustafsson. Remember the Flyers game? The Leafs allowed 3 Jaromir Jagr breakaways. 2 of them led to goals and 1 of them was on the power play. How are you ever allowing a breakaway on the power play? You will let in power play goals. You're at a disadvantage. It just happens. But when it's 5-on-4 and you're the 4, like 95% of what you're thinking about is defense. The pass shouldn't have got through and Greening shouldn't have been allowed to be behind those 2 defenders. Oh, and then the Dogovins goal sucked. So Gustafsson wears the goat horns, right? You need your goalie to make timely saves. You need him to make saves at big, important points in the game. And on that brutal goal, he did not. But let's switch the order of the goals. Let's say Doug Evans scores first, then the Neal goal, and then it's the Greening goal that wins the game. Does Gustafsson still wear the goat horns? I mean, the fact does remain that 100 times out of 100, you're supposed to stop that shot. But it just sucks for Gustafsson, and hell, a lot of goalies in any league anywhere that they wear the goat horns when other people didn't do their job. That goal was still half Rundblad's amazing pass, half crap defense. In a game where the Leafs weren't that bad. You might even be able to argue the Leafs should have won that game 2-1. But Greening scores, Dogovan scores, there's 2 crappy goals, and you lose the game in 2 points. Thesis, you can blame Gustafsson for that one, but blame the others too. And to make matters even worse for Gustafsson and the Leafs, they have to now sit on that goal, that loss, until Wednesday. Also not so great for Gustafsson, but it should be great for the rest of the team. It sounds like James Reimer's going to be back. Question of the game, that was the last game of October for the Leafs. I want you to to give the Leafs a grade. I don't think they were great, but they had some key injuries, and also you can't argue with the record 7-3-1. That's pretty good. So I'll give them either a B or a B+. And last but not least, you might remember the horror show from last year. I'm going to be doing Movember again. Admittedly, I've been slacking. I got to get the team set up and everything, but last year we raised over $1,000. And my team, the Ronto Mopa Leafs, raised a lot more than that. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, all that stuff, and I will keep you posted. Have a safe and happy Halloween.